Not because he speaks well, because he talks about the idea of India. He has not taken a single holiday, and his Diwali is always spent in Kashmir. He's the only prime minister who has visited Kashmir thrice on a Diwali day. ये आपसे बर्दाश्त नहीं होता है. So let's coin a word. Let's try and sort of get our think tank together.
खाली झूठा बात कहने का काम है और खाली सोचता है कि बीजेपी जो कहे वही ठीक है और सब झूठा है. ऐसा तरीका निकाले कि लगता है भगवान को भी मेंबरशिप दे दिया पार्टी का.
Every democracy ought to have checks and balances, along with strong, well-grounded, independent institutions who provide a voice and represent a cross-section of society, as well as to prevent the state from becoming authoritarian. But over in India, things are changing.
देखिए, लव जिहाद इस देश के खिलाफ, इस देश की संस्कृति के खिलाफ एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय साजिश है और उस साजिश को केवल मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. उत्तर प्रदेश हाई कोर्ट ने 2006 में उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार को एक निर्देश जारी किया था कि उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर बड़ी तेजी के साथ हिंदू बालिकाओं का अपहरण क्यों हो रहा है.
Under Narendra Modi, independence of a number of institutions has rapidly eroded. This includes the Election Commission of India, where election rigging is ignored due to threats from the Modi regime.
That Indian Muslims are feeling insecure. And this is something that he hears wherever he goes in India.
The media, where journalists are taught to bark for the regime or face prison. The Reserve Bank of India, where Modi manipulates data to show fake GDP growth. And the police prosecutor system, which has morphed into the Criminal Protection Service under the Modi regime. They've turned communal, brutal, unfriendly, incompetent and corrupt. The ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, also known as the BJP, is not the first party to try to eradicate dissent and diminish independence of important institutions. All of them have been doing it. They've been doing it since the birth of Mother India. Yes, even the Congress Party. But the BJP stands out for doing it by conflating Hinduism and patriotism, implying that it can alone uphold India's interests. India is no exception. Most politicians use religion in some way or another. Whether it's covertly or overtly, the religious crowd are always there to play. However, Modi has become the master of religious deception. Modi's regime have perfected their skills in religious propaganda in order to divide and rule over the average Indian. In India today, you won't hear that many dissenting voices. There's fear and darkness everywhere. The true opposition are in jail. You'll only come across useful idiots speaking against Modi, like our Ilyas Sharafuddin guy.
You are an idiot.
I will not
you are
tell
a
you.
Fool. You are a cheater.
I will not. No, I'm telling you what I will not tell you. But I'm asking you. But I'm asking you today.
Case against you in Mumbai.
But I'm asking you.
Arnab is scared of
I'm very happy.
Arnab feared
I'm extremely happy. Chill, yeah, relax. Stop screaming.
And his gurus Modi and Amit
You are looking
going
foolish.
to jail after 23rd Inshallah.
You are look. Do you have what are your links to Zakir
I'm
Naik?
looking very truthful.
What are your
The
links
whole
to Zakir
India
Naik?
knows
Tell me one thing,
Rafael
Ilyas.
case. The whole India
Ilyas.
knows Sohrabuddin murder.
Ilyas.
The whole
Isn't it
India
a wonder
knows.
how Hindus against the Modi regime are in prison, but Modi does nothing to this man? It's because these people are useful. They're useful idiots. Good propaganda tool for the Hindutva crowd to hate. Come home from a good hard days of work, watch this clown on TV and make your blood boil, and then spread mischief on land. Britain had a similar clown, Anjem Chowdhury. Remember him? Religion is everything in India. Rahul Gandhi, who used to be the president of the Indian Congress and opposition to the BJP, declared in 2018 that he was a worshipper of the Hindu god Shiva and he wore a Hindu sacred thread. He did it to appease Modi's crowd, but it didn't work. It was quite embarrassing to watch. Rahul's grandfather was a Zoroastrian. His father was not openly Hindu and married a Christian. His uncle married a Sikh, and he himself did not wear Hinduism on his sleeve until Modi's rise. Narendra Modi rose to power by bowing down to fake godmen like Satya Sai Baba and Asaram Bapu, bringing millions of these fake godmen devotees to vote for him. Jaggi Vasudev, known publicly as Sadguru, I call him Sadguru, continues to appease Modi and canvass millions more to vote for the BJP. It's big business. Modi and Sadguru have turned Hinduism into a product to sell. There's nothing spiritual about it anymore. When Modi talks about the Ram temple being built on the ruins of an ancient mosque, Sadguru publishes videos on Ram. There's propaganda against Muslims. Apparently Muslims are breeding and about to take over Hindu-majority India. Makes you wonder, the Muslims must be doing something right in the bedroom. Then there's poor Sikh farmers who are merely fighting for their rights. They're seen as trying to establish Khalistan, a Sikh state of their own. Christians are viewed as pro-imperialist missionaries trying to convert all Hindus in India to Christianity, when most of them are trying to help the poor and homeless Hindus by providing money and food. Hindutva is paranoid, and this paranoia is gaining devotees through lies and deception. But for how long? Hindutva Rashtra could have formed overnight, but it hasn't. The plan is to achieve it by 2024. Narendra Modi has begun a 2 billion overhaul of Delhi's colonial parliament buildings. It was too British and too Christian, so Modi has decided to convert it, and by converting it, he's going to make India Hindu again. Politicians and cultural leaders have questioned the use of state funds for Modi's vanity project, especially during this COVID-19 crisis. You would have thought £2 billion could have been utilised to fund toilets and hospitals, which are well needed. But we're discussing Narendra Modi, a tea seller with a fake degree from Gujarat University. My friends, fringe elements of the BJP have been brought into the mainstream through organised, chaotic and satanic propaganda. In some BJP-ruled states, we've seen Hindu vigilantes wreak havoc with police support. The BJP has threatened new laws that could make millions of Muslims stateless. Uniting on hate never works, especially through religion. Religion is from God. Many divine messages came from above. But today, we're witnessing so-called religious folks behaving awkward and unholy. There's a purpose behind this. You shall know them by their fruits. Satan works to deceive not just atheists but the religious folks too. Whether it's Zionists, Evangelics, Wahhabis and even Hindutva, they've recently joined the club. You'll notice these people, with all the support and even money behind them, are never truly united. They can be united at one point, but they always break into different factions, and we're seeing it with Hindutva. The Shiv Sena in Maharashtra has parted company with the BJP. They've formed a coalition government with secular parties and opposed BJP moves to make Muslims stateless. A very good example of how coalition politics tames extremism. In Assam, another Hindu party, the Assam Gana Parishad, has parted company from the BJP. It won't be long till we see the unholy trinity of Modi, Amit Shah and Yogi following the same trend. Unity based on religious radicalism never works. Everybody has an expiry date, and Modi will expire, and he's not groomed anyone to replace him.
ऐसा तरीका निकाले कि लगता है भगवान को भी मेंबरशिप दे दिया पार्टी का।